Hi there, everyone. It is April 22nd, 2021. It's a Thursday. Let's do some stock market talk. So I have a ton of things to talk about when it comes to the market. I've been paying more attention to it recently and been updating a whole database and really a portfolio of stocks that I track and keep notes on and create target prices for. And we're going to go over some of that today. It's not going to be that long of a video, but I just want to go over a few things in preparation for Thursday because there's some things we're watching. And I'm even going to name a limit order that I would advise to purchase actually today. We'll say that and I'll explain why. So, first of all, what are we tracking? We're tracking, big one we always track is Tesla. That's my favorite company. And they are doing okay this week. You can see that, over the last couple weeks, this is them here. They've gone up, and they came down, and now they're hanging out. They had a pretty good day yesterday. It's up to 744. You don't see yesterday on here yet, but they had a nice day getting right about back up to about here. So they're doing all right. They're leading up to earnings. They're going to be exciting. Not too much more to talk about with them other than them just being naturally exciting as they are. So I'm glad I have my option on them. My option is down, though. I'm going to be buying a Tesla Cybertruck with this $154. Watch me do it. It's only worth $154 right now, this option that expires June 18th. But if Tesla can rise up, and I think they will in the pretty near future, especially this upcoming week with earnings, we'll see if we can sell this thing for a profit and reinvest. Now let's talk about some other stocks, though. So I did some reviewing today of financial statements and some catching up on some stocks that I had not reviewed for a while, since probably like last year in many instances. And some of the stocks that popped up, and one of the most interesting things that I saw today was Intuitive Surgical. Now, I've just adjusted my notes on this here, this Intuitive Surgical right here. But my notes previously, as recent as yesterday, had talked about them being a company to watch. They have like a Leonardo da Vinci, and it's called Da Vinci, type of robotic surgery that they've patented in a way that they do robotic surgeries. And they were more profitable this past quarter, which they just released earnings this week, I think. They were much more profitable this quarter than last quarter, and people are getting back to getting surgeries done now that we're getting the whole vaccine situation and COVID under control more. People are anything that was considered to be an elective surgery that was postponed during the COVID times is now starting to get serviced more reliably across the spectrum. So you're going to see them profit, and I like the product that they have, and they're just kind of rebounding. I call them a rebound as my price comment here because they are rebounding from a temporary pause in a lot of some of what they did due to COVID. So that's why they jumped amazingly today. They went up $88 a share today, almost 10%. That's amazing. When you look at their chart here, they are right, where did I put them? Right here is Intuitive Surgical. Expand them out. You'll see that they're, we start to look at some of the details about them and why I like buying an option on them, and I'll tell you the limit order option that we're trying to get here is that, look at them just climbing like crazy recently over the last few weeks. Over the last 3 months, you would not necessarily think they had done all that well up until this most recent last few weeks, and they've really exploded here, right? Well, is that justified? And I think the answer is it actually is, because there are going to be more surgeries happening now. But also, let's see here. Their market cap is now over 105 billion, but the healthcare industry is going to be the recipient of a lot of investment in what I think the Biden administration is doing in terms of trying to improve the health of the nation in ways that they're going to fund it. So I see this company benefiting from at least indirect impacts of funding coming into that industry. So yeah, that's good stuff. And so purchasing an option, you're probably going to see them, at $8.91 a share right now, you are going to see them over $1,000 a share probably in the next few months, the way that they could continue to roll here before like even next earnings 3 months from now. I expect to see them go up another $100 a share or more. Just seems like they went up $80 just today. I mean, that's another amazing day like that, and they're almost at 100. So think about it that way. The options were inexpensive. I saw right around the strike price of about 1,020, I think it was, or 1,025. I saw almost you could get it for $500. I think you could have put in a limit order for a call option on that in July, something that expired in July. If you go out till like October or later in the year, they're going to get more expensive, but very, very reasonable for a company like this. And that's my advice today. Is I like what even though they really went up a lot yesterday, I think that they will continue over the next few months in that trend. So maybe wait for them to drop a little bit tomorrow because they just went up so much yesterday, but come in for a very reasonable offer bid price or a limit order type price, and you do well there. So I wanted to talk about that, Intuitive Surgical today. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Moderna. We mentioned Moderna in the video on Sunday, I believe it was. And well, by gosh golly, what happened? They had dropped a day down to 156, and then boom, they're back up today, up 8%, up to $169 a share. We may have missed your window. I actually didn't buy an option on them. I wanted to, but slept in, missed it, right? And so sure enough, here they are up again. I kind of want to wait for them to drop a little, just because they have a lot of volatility. There's volatility there, given that they're a company that doesn't really have strong positive earnings yet, but the vaccine situation, I still love what they're doing, and you're trading on expectations with them, but that's a great horse to trade on with expectations because they are curing disease of human life with new patented technology. So that's fascinating. But yeah, they did go up today, so you're kind of losing a window on buying them until they drop again. Is there anything else I want to? Sherwin-Williams, slow and steady, just keeps going. I'm going to end up having to raise a price on them, I bet. I would be surprised. They're not going to want to drop too much. Maybe they'll get back down to 250 again, but they might just continue to edge upwards. Google, always good. Amazon, I raised my target price on Amazon from $3,000 to $3,250 today. And the reason why I did that was I just looked over their financials and all the cash and cash alternatives and stuff that they are sitting with on their balance sheet. And they're sitting with like $84 billion or something right now. And honestly, I think that they're going to be taking the lead from, not the lead, but they're going to be they're going to be observing what people like Elon Musk are doing with, of course, Tesla, my #1 stock always to buy. But they're watching him, and I think they're like, well, Elon's messing around with crypto with some of his cash. He's looking at Dogecoin or Bitcoin or God knows what. Elon's just thinking outside the box, sitting with all the cash that is being accumulated in this just really healthy market that we're witnessing, with a lot of fluid cash coming out of the Fed and all these other places to pump money into companies, right? So what Elon Musk is doing with that money, the other companies that are sitting with massive hordes and sums of cash are also going to get the idea to mess around with that and try to get better returns and profits. And so with that kind of just tools at their disposal, I see their profits continuing to increase because their increase in cash was so great from quarter to quarter that I just said, wow. And so I had to raise my target price on them. They're still going to fluctuate. I don't know if they'll really blow past 3,500 like they might, but I certainly was quite impressed with how just robust they really are. And then what else do we have? Chipotle always looking good up here. At 15.07, I'm going to lower. I don't want to lower Chipotle. I am going to lower a little bit, just a little bit, because they will fluctuate a little around here. I expect them not really to continue to go down much, but they will within $100 or so. So given that they're sitting at 15.07 almost for no reason, they went down $24 yesterday. But you can tell they're getting close to that price I had there of 1,500 originally. But I'm going to move them down on the list just a little bit. What else do we have? Abbott Labs, still a lot of testing going on. I don't know if Abbott Labs is getting into any other type of testing for like figuring out variant strains and stuff. I haven't looked into their specifics about their rapid test, if it does more complex PCR type genetic sequencing possibilities for looking for variants and stuff, because I think that we're all going to be testing for the different variants so that we can be creating tailored vaccines for those variants as fast as possible. So that's going to become part of the testing phenomenon that we see. Will not just be, do you have COVID, but which COVID do you have? Do you have COVID AC12235, or do you have Brazilian COVID, or do you have South American COVID? Where'd you get your COVID from? We're going to want to know. And then these tests are going to have to kind of provide something for that. So I'll review their financials again to see if they have the potential to really add more value and up in price. But I'm still going to leave them at 110. Anything else we want to talk about? I think that's about it. Is there any other big movers today? I like to sort this thing by day change sometimes to see, all right, well, who are the biggest movers today? And by percentage or by dollar. And a lot of these are going to be really small companies that you don't want to touch. But when you see like Intuitive Surgical on here, you can see, oh, they were a huge mover today. And look at really how big they were right up there percentage-wise. Then there's Moderna. It's the second biggest mover on my list on the day, upwards anyway. Then we have DraftKings, which went back up to 50, went up to 58 from 55. I have them down at a max purchase price of $45. That's the sports betting website. They are going to continue to grow slowly and surely, but they have not shown a profit yet either. And if you look at their charts, very erratic. So I'm not going to change them. That's fine too. They might have ups and downs and be all over the place for a while. So I still like that 45 there. What else we got on this list? Netflix. Lots of interesting stuff on here. So anyway, that's the stock market review update for the day, for Thursday. I'm going to continue to do these. I'm going to put a pause on a lot of the sports stuff I've been doing and really focus on the stock market here for a lot of the rest of the year as we turn this $154 into $100,000. I think it will be fun. So expect more videos. All right. Good luck. May all your trades be winning.